The FIFA World Cup? Every 4 years, the world unites in a frenzy over a ball and a net. For a month, borders blur, rivalries are set aside, and billions tune in to witness the drama, the heartbreak, and the joy that only football can deliver. It's more than a tournament, it's a global ritual, a celebration of humanity's shared passion. But 2026 is different. 3 hosts, United States, Canada, and Mexico, are joining forces for the first time in history. This unprecedented partnership promises to showcase the best of North America, blending cultures, languages, and traditions on a scale never seen before in the world of sports. The tournament is expanding from 32 to 48 teams, opening the door for new nations to dream, compete, and make history. More teams mean more stories, more underdogs, and more unforgettable moments. With 104 games across 16 cities, the World Cup will stretch from the Pacific to the Atlantic, from the Arctic chill of Canada to the sun-drenched stadiums of Mexico. Each city will become a stage for the world's greatest footballers, and a gathering place for fans from every corner of the globe. It's not just a tournament, it's a sprawling continental celebration. Streets will pulse with music, color, and energy as millions gather to cheer, dance, and share in the spectacle. The original vision? Unity, open borders, seamless travel, and a shared North American stage. The dream was to erase boundaries, letting fans and teams move freely, creating a festival that truly belonged to everyone. Fans would hop from Seattle to Vancouver to Guadalajara, following their teams and chasing the magic of the World Cup from city to city. Teams would crisscross the continent, experiencing the diversity and hospitality of 3 nations, united by a single goal. And the world would witness a borderless festival, a living symbol of what's possible when nations come together in the spirit of sport. But that dream is under threat. The world has changed since the bid was won. Since 2018, the political climate has shifted, borders are hardening, nationalism is rising, and the spirit of openness is being tested by new realities. Moving millions of fans and athletes across 3 countries is suddenly a logistical nightmare. Security concerns, visa restrictions, and political tensions threaten to overshadow the unity the tournament was meant to inspire. The biggest World Cup ever now faces its biggest hurdles before a single ball is kicked. Organizers scramble to adapt, hoping the spirit of the game can overcome the obstacles. The dream of unity is colliding with a new, complicated reality. The world is watching to see if the World Cup can still bring people together, or if politics will keep them apart. Can the party survive the politics, or will the world's biggest celebration be defined by the very borders it hoped to erase? The World Cup is more than just a sporting spectacle. It's a financial juggernaut that brings the world to a standstill every 4 years. The stakes are sky high, and the numbers are staggering. FIFA expects to rake in a record $13 billion from this cycle, with the lion's share coming from this single, month-long event. For the organization, the World Cup is not just a tournament, it's the engine that powers global football for years to come. TV rights alone are worth billions, as networks across the globe battle for the chance to broadcast the world's most watched event. The competition for these rights is fierce, and the revenue they generate is crucial for FIFA and its partners. Host cities, meanwhile, prepare for a tidal wave of visitors. They expect a flood of fans to pour in, filling hotels, restaurants, and local attractions, and injecting much-needed cash into the local economy. Hotels, restaurants, and businesses are banking on a windfall, hoping to make up for years of slow seasons in just a few weeks. For many, the World Cup is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to thrive. Cities invest hundreds of millions, sometimes even billions, in new stadiums, upgraded airports, and improved public transport, all betting on a massive return. These investments are made years in advance with the hope that the World Cup will transform their city's global image and economy. But the entire financial model depends on one thing: fans showing up, especially international ones, who spend the most and stay the longest. If fans can't get visas, face travel restrictions, or feel unwelcome, they might simply stay home. That's a disaster waiting to happen. Empty hotels, silent restaurants, and billions in potential revenue lost overnight. The ripple effects can devastate local economies and leave cities with debts that take years to pay off. The World Cup's economic promise is built on open borders, easy travel, and a welcoming atmosphere for fans from every corner of the globe. But if politics gets in the way, if borders close or tensions rise, the entire financial house of cards could collapse in an instant. The stakes are enormous, not just for FIFA, but for every city, business and worker who has invested in the dream of a successful World Cup. The world's biggest party could easily become its biggest financial flop if things go wrong. In the end, everything depends on people being able and willing to come. The World Cup's promise is only as strong as the welcome it extends to the world. Enter Donald Trump, back in the White House and bringing his signature policies with him. The man who once helped secure the World Cup bid is now its biggest risk. His administration's new travel ban blocks fans from 12 countries, including soccer-loving nations like Iran and Haiti. Athletes can come, but fans from those countries are out of luck. Extreme vetting and tighter borders are making travel harder for everyone. The spirit of unity is fading, replaced by tariffs and suspicion, even toward Canada and Mexico. Reports of longer border waits and rising anti-American sentiment are already surfacing. The foundation of trust between the three hosts is cracking. The rules are changing, and the World Cup's future is suddenly uncertain. The 2026 World Cup was sold on a vision of seamless cross-border movement, a tournament that would bring together three nations, countless cultures, and millions of fans in a celebration of unity. Organizers promised a festival where borders would fade away, replaced by the shared language of football. Fans imagined themselves flying from New York to Toronto to Mexico City, experiencing a true North American festival. The dream was to hop between cities, following their teams and making memories across borders, all with ease and excitement. But now, stricter U.S. border policies threaten that vision. New regulations and heightened security have cast a shadow over the promise of easy travel. Instead of a smooth journey, fans could face hours-long waits, intense scrutiny, and stressful journeys just to see a match. The excitement of travel is being replaced by anxiety and uncertainty. Teams and officials aren't immune either. They risk disrupted schedules, missed training sessions, and logistical chaos as they try to navigate a maze of paperwork and unpredictable border checks. Tensions between the US, Canada, and Mexico are rising, with talk of partners pulling out or reconsidering their involvement. What was meant to be a symbol of cooperation is now a source of diplomatic strain. The travel ban means some fans, like Iranians, are completely shut out, even if their team plays in the US. For them, the World Cup is happening just out of reach, a painful reminder of exclusion. This exclusion clashes with FIFA's message of global inclusion. The organization has long championed football as a force for unity, breaking down barriers and bringing people together from every corner of the world. The World Cup is supposed to unite, not divide. It's meant to be a celebration where everyone is welcome, regardless of nationality or background. Now, FIFA finds itself at odds with a host nation's policies, caught between its ideals and the realities on the ground. The organization faces mounting pressure to respond. The dream of a borderless celebration is running into political walls, literal and figurative. The spirit of unity is being tested like never before. The world is watching to see if unity can survive these challenges. Every decision will be scrutinized, every barrier questioned. The stakes have never been higher. The outcome will shape not just this World Cup, but the future of global sport and international cooperation. Hosting the World Cup now means confronting new threats, like weaponized drones, which are increasingly sophisticated. Security officials are scrambling to protect 104 matches across 16 cities from potential aerial attacks. Over $1 billion is being spent on security, much of it unplanned and urgently needed. Local police lack legal authority to neutralize drones, creating dangerous security gaps. Lawmakers are pushing for emergency powers, but time is quickly running out. FIFA's president is working closely with the White House, but the risks are very real. The tournament's success now depends on billion-dollar security, legal fixes, and constant vigilance from all involved. The beautiful game now faces invisible enemies in the sky. Will fans still come? Some, like Alan Rothenberg, say yes. True soccer fans are unstoppable. They braved Russia and Qatar, why not North America? For many, soccer is life, and nothing will keep them away. But others warn this World Cup is different. The tri-nation model relies on easy cross-border travel, now in jeopardy. Nightmarish delays and hostile environments could deter all but the most die-hard fans. The festive atmosphere depends on feeling welcome. If visitors sense exclusion or hassle, word will spread fast. The travel ban sends a message, intended or not, that some aren't welcome. The risk empty seats, lost revenue, and a muted celebration. The World Cup is more than a tournament, it's a rare moment of global unity. For 1 month the world comes together, setting aside differences for the love of the game. The 2026 edition was meant to showcase openness and collaboration. But if it's marred by travel chaos and division, it becomes a cautionary tale. The stakes go beyond soccer, they're about whether we can still come together. FIFA and the host nations must find solutions: smooth travel, real security, and a welcoming spirit. This is a test of whether sport can overcome politics. The world will be watching, not just for goals, but for proof that unity is possible. The legacy of 2026 will be defined by more than the trophy. It's about whether we can still celebrate our shared humanity.